Live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Welcome, everyone, to the Dunkin Latte Lounge. I'm Garrett from Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show. In the Dunkin Latte Lounge with me right now, Alex DeLeo. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Garrett. Thank you guys so much for having me.
I mean, please. I mean, what else are we doing right now? You're making music. I'm literally just sitting at my computer all day, just waiting for someone to come into this lounge, the Dunkin Latte Lounge, too. I wish I had something to offer you. We're not at the part of technology of quarantine yet, or the pandemic, where I literally could hand you a Dunkin Latte through the computer and you receive it. Well, that's where we need to be at this point, I feel.
Yeah, or we can airdrop something, donut or something.
100%. You know what the world would be like if I could airdrop a munchkin right now? Like, just hit a button and go, boop. Oh.
Yeah.
The memes alone, the memes alone would do it. All right. So we appreciate you coming by for a little bit. I wanted to talk to you because just reading up on your story, it sounded like 2019 for you was very, very hectic. At all, did you say the words, "It can't get any crazier," and then we enter 2020?
Yeah, 100%. 2019 was probably one of my favorite years so far, and was not expecting to go into 2020 like this, but
but you pivot and you learn.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that as an artist. The ball is rolling, the snowball is turning into an avalanche of all success in music, and then a pandemic happens. How do you, as an artist, go, okay, I can't go out on tour right now. I got to keep on making music. And so are you just pretty much just stockpiled, chock full of new music just from the last 7+ months?
So it was really interesting because literally right, like a week after this whole pandemic pretty much hit and, it became a major thing, I had released my song Youth. And
right.
So,
which we'll get to in a little bit.
So I was like, oh, okay. What now? And I don't know, for a little while I was kind of like, do I just kind of stop everything and just wait till all this is over and then start releasing new music and whatever? And then I came to the realization that I was like, I can't slow down just because of this. So I was like, I gotta share the stuff that I've been creating. And
right.
Because I know by the time it gets to this being over, I'm gonna be on in the next thing. And so, yeah.
Well, all right. So let's talk. You originally from South Florida. Where in South Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
All right. Very, very familiar with that area too. Our morning show is on down there at Y100. Yeah. So what for you personally said, you know what, I got to get out of here? Was it the fact that knowing that Nashville was a big music town that you decided to get there, or
Yeah, originally I was thinking of moving to LA, and then I had a bunch of friends move to
cheaper flights to Nashville. I'm just saying.
Definitely, 100%. And it's closer to home. And honestly, I never went to college, so moving away from home was kind of a big thing for me. I'm really close to the family, and so I figured, why don't I start somewhere that's a little closer to home where I'm still completely surrounded by music. And a lot of my friends had moved here, so I came up here and I spent most of 2019 on the road, and then the back half of it traveling back and forth between here and LA, and then the pandemic hit. So I really haven't been able to experience
Nashville to its fullest.
Yeah.
Just YouTube videos of, this is what it looked like 6 months ago before I could really enjoy it. But you couldn't be in a greater place to write. I don't know what it is. The beer, the air, the people, a mixture of everything that just creates this vibe that next thing you know, this incredible music comes out of Nashville. Why not Des Moines, Iowa? I don't know, but it's been Nashville for a while. So I think you're in the right spot. Outside of your hometown, New York and LA, Nashville's the next place to go. But it was interesting you were talking about not attending college, but you got a lot of traction putting out music from college radio.
Yeah, I did. Actually that's kind of what started I guess growing my fan base was the college world. I had a bunch of kids that just kind of like latched onto it, especially in the New York area, especially around Ithaca.
They're crazy up there.
Yeah, I've never been.
Crazy.
I've never been to Ithaca, but I had a ton of fans coming out of Ithaca, and even kids doing music videos for my songs. And it was really cool seeing that.
Well, what's that like? I mean, just you're hoping that someone latches on to your music because you're very passionate about it, and we'll talk about more about that in a minute. But to see something you created being done by someone else just based off of a simple search on the internet has to be kind of weird and cool all at once.
It is. You write something and you fear that maybe no one's going to relate to this.
Right.
And then next thing you know, you like I said, you have people doing music videos for it, and they're hitting you up being like, oh my God, this is my favorite song. I'm going through this, all this stuff. And I don't know, it's a surreal experience.
Next to the money side of it, that has to be the best payoff when someone says, I too can relate to this.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so let's get into the first song, Underneath the Covers. Tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll let you do your thing.
So I wrote Underneath the Covers a few years ago, and it was kind of when I was in the middle of falling in love, and this new experience was this new high that I had, and the song actually, I was actually walking out of my house, going somewhere, and all of a sudden this idea, and I literally picked up the guitar and pretty much wrote the whole chorus in like a few minutes. And I showed my dad, and my dad was like, you need to do something with that song. I was like, I don't know, man. And then eventually I started messing around.
That was right.
Yeah. I started messing around with it in production myself. I actually produced most of the song. And then got together with a friend of mine. His name is Brother Sundance. And he helped me finish the rest of the song and put it out a couple years ago. It got on this show called X on the Beach on MTV. And then from there, it kind of just went off.
Weird show on MTV, but grateful that they played your music.
Yeah. I've never actually watched a complete episode, but yeah.
I don't think anybody has. I don't even think the contestants on the show watched the whole episode. Like they just saw themselves, took the picture for Instagram and got out. That aside, all right, this is Alex DeLeo with Underneath the Covers.
So I've been thinking about wasting time with you. Long nights in places no one else will ever find. this view. Oh my, can't get enough for waking up with you. Oh my, so I keep falling for you, keep falling, I keep falling. Everything around me's falling on this new high, underneath the covers, and oh my, caught up with my lover, yeah, she's underneath the covers, underneath the covers. Long drives, get ourselves away from all the eyes. Long nights, in places no one else will ever find. Oh my, feels like time is never on our side. Oh my, so I keep falling for you, keep falling, I keep falling. Everything around me's falling on this new high, underneath the covers, and oh my, caught up with my lover, yeah, she's underneath the covers, underneath the covers, say we've got every right to say we were never meant to run away, but for you I'll always stay. Said for you I'll always stay. Everything around me's falling on this new high, underneath the covers, and oh my, caught up with my lover, yeah, she's underneath the covers, underneath the covers, say everything around me's falling on this new high, underneath the covers, and oh my, caught up with my lover, yeah, she's underneath the covers, underneath the covers, say
All right, welcome back to the Dunkin Latte Lounge. I'm Garrett from Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show. That is Alex DeLeo. It's so funny that you said, you know, I created something, because when I hear music, I don't know about you, I automatically think about where can I could see this on a commercial for, you know, Dunkin', you know, something weird like that. Do you do that with your own music, or just music in general, where you can kind of like create a soundtrack?
Yeah, I mean, I've written stuff and been like, oh, I can totally, like the other night I was writing with one of my friends, Brittany, and we were writing something, and I was like, I could totally see this being played like during an NFL, like right before an NFL, like NFL goes to commercial or something. I'm like, I hear this. But I don't know, sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm just in my head about it, but
I think we all are. It's one of those things where, like, if you're singing in the shower and you're like, I sound awesome. Like, not for you. You're an actual singer. Me, on the other hand, not so much. But then you sing outside and you're like, oh, I should have just kept it to the shower, and that's it.
No, I definitely agree with you. I'd rather keep it in the shower 100%.
Well, no, you need to get out there. Your voice needs to be heard. Me, on the other hand, not so much. I want to talk to you about going with your gut, because you've learned that over the last few years to do what a lot of people should be doing, but for some reason, whatever that case may be, they just tend to lean towards what maybe the masses want or what other people think, and not what they feel they should do. So tell us about that. What made you decide, you know what, going forward in my career, in my life, I'm just going to trust myself now, and then, you know, let other people have their say, but really know what's best for me?
Yeah, I mean, I think since the beginning of this, as I've gotten older, I've just realized that at the end of the day, when I've done stuff with my gut, no matter what it is, and I've just gone off the way I naturally feel, I always end up being happier with the result.
Right.
And
Better
I think,
payoff too. Like you're like, you know what? I'm happy. Even if it's the wrong one, at least you know you went with your decision.
100%. And I think that's a really important thing in life, just like across the board. Just knowing that you went on the decision that you wanted to go with. And like you said, sometimes you're going to end up wrong, and that's okay. But believing in yourself is I think is a big part of everything.
And if you're wrong, you learn from it and you write a song about it.
100%. Exactly.
All right, let's get into the next one. You tell us all about it, and did you learn a lesson from this song?
Yeah, this was a crazy song. Basically, the inspiration from this one came from the beginning of summer last year. I was about to go on tour with my friend Cody, and we decided to promote the tour by jumping out of a plane. And it was my first time ever jumping out of a plane, and we did that. I landed, and I swear, if you haven't done it, it is one of the most insane experiences ever, and it completely just turns your world upside down and maybe just start thinking of life in a different way. And then we had a 35-day tour to follow that, and that jump pretty much set the tone for that tour, and it just kind of went off.
So I'm sure just like many artists too, you have a team, and what was their thoughts when you said, hey guys, before we go out on this big tour, I'm gonna jump out of a plane?
It was funny. They were all kind of like, I think it's a freaking great idea. And one of them was like, yeah, you're kind of nuts. But one of my managers at the time, he actually flew up in the plane with me. He didn't jump out, but he flew up in the plane, and he said that once everyone jumped out of the plane, the guy took a complete nosedive. And because he had to come back for the landing quickly to pick up the next group. And he said they literally hit the point of where he was just floating in the cockpit with him. And he said it was insane.
You know, it's bad when jumping out of an airplane is safer than
yeah. Yeah. I was like, you should have just jumped with us, bro.
Oh, right. So did you ever put your feet at the edge and go, nope, not doing this. I can't do it. Not now. No, thank you. Just bring me back down to ground level, please.
Well, it was crazy because actually a few days before I had gone on this trip, I had wrote a song called Just Want to Go. And I haven't put it out yet, but it basically talks about in the chorus, like, I want to do the things I've never done before. And as we were riding up in the plane, I had my AirPods in, and I was just listening to this song on repeat because it was just kind of giving me this motivation. And I was just like, I want to take chances. I want to do stuff I've never done before. And when I put my feet on the edge of the plane, I was like, holy shit, looking at 13,000 feet below me. I was like, this is insane. And next thing I know, we were jumping out of the plane.
And did you pass? Because I mean, I've seen the videos on YouTube of people just like being so nervous they just pass out and they wake up mid-flight and they're free falling to the earth. I thought
something like that was gonna happen, but after a few seconds of being in the air, I was just like, "Yo, just open your eyes and just try to enjoy this." And next thing you know, it was crazy. I had a girl below me filming me, and at one point, she literally reached out and grabbed me and started like spinning with me and the guy that I was tandem with. It was a really crazy experience.
And maybe an idea for the next music video. So
maybe, yeah.
Let's jump into it now. See if you get inspired to jump out of an airplane after checking this out right now.
Hi, Heart. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Alex DeLeo. I dropped this next one this year. It's called Youth.
On the edge now, don't wanna look down. 5 years and we still don't even know where we're landing, 'cause we're just dancing around the fear that we might have to be alone. She says she don't, but she hates when I don't come home. She says she don't, but she know that I got more. And I down, missing your calls now. Cause I can't come up with a new excuse. On the road now, don't wanna slow down. Cause I don't wanna fight like we always do. She got it out, but I know that I've got mine too. She says she down, but she know that I got more. And I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to you. And all I know is I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to something in the air now. How it's gonna go down. Time to catch my breath now, but I don't even know how. Something in the air now, how it's gonna go down. Time to catch my breath now, but I don't even know how. All I know is I got more, and I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to you. And all I know is I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to you. And I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to you. And all I know is I don't wanna lose my you, but I keep coming back to.
I'll be honest. I understand where you're coming from of jumping out of a plane. I still haven't come to I'm still scared to do it. So maybe we'll get there, and I'll text you as soon as I jump out of a plane one day. But it's a still no for me, dog.
If you ever want someone to go with, I'm here.
All right. All right. So what has been going forward? I mean, obviously there's a game plan. As an artist, you put down, we're going to put out music, we're going to tour. What has been, pretty much just crumpling up the paper and writing on a clean piece all over again over the last couple of months? What's the new game plan for you as an artist?
Well, I had a lot of plans going into the summer of this year.
Right.
One of the things I was looking forward to was playing at Summerfest, and wrapping a tour around that and everything. And then once that got canceled, I was like, I really need to dive into my music during this time and really get ready for next year. So I think since I released my song Youth, I've just been focusing on writing a lot, and I've been doing a lot of it.
How many songs would you say that you have written? And I'm not saying produced, just at least written, because you hear artists like, well, been sitting at home for a while. I got like 30, 40, 50 songs that, I've either written or produced.
I would say it's in that around that
right
number. Anywhere from, ideas to some things that are almost completely produced to, just songs that are completely written on my voice memos. But it's been awesome because I've somehow been able to continue going off of the same mindset, I guess, that I was in last year.
That's all you need, that momentum to keep on going.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about a very close to the heart song for you, Homesick. I mean, is it what the title says in the sense of you miss South Florida, or you just do you miss that someone that is close to home? I mean, that's the one thing I love about music. It's open to interpretation, but since we have you here, I might as well just say, for you, what is the song meaning for you? What's that meaning of Homesick for you, Alex?
So I started writing the song on the road last year during the first leg of the tour. And I don't know where we were, 2 in the morning in the van somewhere across this country. And I was just going through some hard times mentally, and
I think we all have.
Yeah, yeah. And all of a sudden, my friend Cody's sitting next to me and came out of my mouth. And normally lyrics never come out like that. And after I said them, he looked at me and he was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "I have no idea, but it felt so real."
I
And
blanked out. I don't know. Felt
yeah,
like I was skydiving. I had no idea what happened.
and he was like, "Dude, you need to write that down." And then a month later, we were in Chicago and in a hotel room having a conversation, and all of a sudden the chorus came to me. And throughout writing the song, I just realized that after I titled it "Homesick," I realized that it wasn't really about missing home or a physical place or person. It was more about missing a place within myself and trying to find that place. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I totally understand that. And before we get to it too, first I want to say thank you. I love getting to chat. It's almost as if we're at a counter at Dunkin, just sipping on pumpkin spice lattes and just talking about music. But that's the cool thing about having conversations like this. But before we get to Homesick, everyone that isn't following should follow right now. Where are we hitting up? What's the social of choice, or is it one of those things where you just spread it across the board? If you like Facebook,
I'm kind of all over, but definitely mostly on Instagram. If you're shooting me a message, you'll definitely be reaching me there more than anywhere else.
And what's IG? What's the IG handle?
IG is complicated. It's at Alex_DI_Leo. I'm trying to get that changed. We'll see.
we got work to do. I think we might know some people that could.
But if you just type in, but if you just type in my name, Alex DeLeo, it'll come up.
All right. Now you follow along, and if you want to go back, save this interview, talk about this interview. You see it before Alex gets to see it. # Dunkin Latte Lounge. Alex DeLeo, we want to thank you for stopping by with us today. Much more success in 2021. You know what? Much more success for everyone in 2021. Yeah. And we leave now with Homesick.
So I wrote this one last summer on tour. It made me realize that sometimes home's a place what you're searching for within yourself. I've been feeling kinda homesick. Got all this pressure and I'm nervous, bouncing back and forth through state lines, but you're still on my mind. I've been having trouble sleeping, cause I can't seem to reason why I turn you on the FaceTime, just to turn you off of my mind. Oh, then it goes cocaine, bright lights, cigarettes burning through the night, and it's okay this time, 'cause I don't got you on my mind. And I've been feeling kinda hopeless, don't even know if this is worth it. I just need to find the straight line, something to keep you off of my mind. Still having trouble sleeping, think I'm missing certain feelings, and I wish that I was dreaming. On the inside I'm still bleeding, saying oh my god, yeah, oh my god. Oh, then it goes cocaine, bright lights, cigarettes burning through the night, and it's okay this time, 'cause I don't got you on my mind. And I feel like, oh, then it goes. Oh, then it goes. You call me, I've been thinking about how I should be sorry. And over time, I might be, but for now I'm just thinking about tonight. Cause I need my own time to feel broken too. Oh, then it goes cocaine, bright lights, cigarettes burning through the night. And it's okay this time, cause I don't got you on my mind. And I feel like, oh, then it goes, oh, then it goes, yeah. I'm still having trouble sleeping, think I'm missing certain feelings. Wish that I was dreaming on the inside, I'm still bleeding, saying, oh my God, you said, oh my God.
Live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge,